Oh, it looks like this thing's working. I'm still wore out from moving all those boards. I got to get them to the front so the guy can pick them up. I figured I'll go ahead and show you guys me loading it up and kind of what I'm doing. And I don't do that too often because it's kind of, I don't know, it's time consuming and kind of boring. But this one, I guess you can see some of the marks I got on the side of the log, trying to figure out where I'm going to do what when I get in there. I'm not sure. Once you get it on there and you start moving it around a little bit, and even when you open it up, your plans can change. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know whether it's better here. I think we'll move you this way, and then you'll see it'll roll up. It'll roll up. I got I don't know if you can see it in the center of the log. I'm marked, so I know the center. I want to go to the center L head block, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I'm shooting for. So right now I know you're in the camera, and look, when I walk over, don't trip on that, okay? Maybe I'll do a whole video of doing my exercise over that. That's the only exercise I get, guys. Come on now. Old fat boy climbing over that. Anyhow, here we go. We're going to try to, most of my logs are nice and straight. This one's not too muddy. See if I'm still lined up. Now I'm off the line, so what I'm going to do is pull the carriage back. This is a nice light little carriage, so you can just about put it anywhere you want. That's another reason I got the other mill going. This is a light little carriage, and when you get a board that has as much tension as those last two I cut, they can move that carriage around anywhere they want. And so that's one of the reasons. Now I got this opened up. I know this is a 17, 18 inch log, so I'm already opened up to 18 inches, so it should go on. I got my center hitting there. That's about it. Now I got a lot of taper on this one, so I might set the taper out. This is where the log light wants to be, so that's where I'll probably saw it. I don't have the luxury of a log turner, so because I don't, this is the way it is. Let's see. It's got it. Now I got to see where I'm at on my cut. Here's where I want to cut. So I want to cut this way. So this is this has got to come this way a little bit, because I don't want to. You can't see it in here. There's a big fracture here. So if I saw those logs off, they're all going to have a fracture and be junk. So I gotta cut it here and here, so I can't let it sit exactly where it wants to sit. But I also don't have it back as far as it needs to go, so I got to rotate the log a little bit better. So we're gonna rotate this, roll it in, and then just pull out. It pulled out. I got to roll it a long ways. I got to roll over to this, all the way over to this side, which I don't really like that. So maybe I'll just push it in. Push it in. See, it doesn't. It likes it where it's at. So I can push it pretty good. So maybe I'll just push it in and then roll it. Like I said, that's why I kind of don't take you guys along for too many of these rides. And I have a big bar. A big bar. It's a hickory stick. Now this is a hickory stick. Now that might want to roll. So I'm going to dog it. This is what it takes to get along kind of where you want it. And if I had a log turner, it would be much easier, but don't. Now, see it turning up to where I want it to go, but it kind of scares me a bit. So I'll put a board or a chock in there. That's why Mark throws down that master dog. It kind of makes them stay a little bit nicer where they want to be. Well, see, it's not turning. Almost there. Whoa. It doesn't want to do that. I'd venture to say this log probably weighs, it might weigh 1,500 pounds or better. See, if you don't dog it, it'll roll. I don't want it to roll. Oh, right about there for now. Not quite sure what this thing wants to do. That's where I want it to be. Well, it's a little bit beyond, but that's coming this way. That's going. That still puts it about parallel with that, so that's all right. Should come a little more. There we're set. We're set on 17.5 inches, so it might take a cut, but I'll bring you over and then I'm going to take a couple slices off of it maybe. What time we got here? Took me 8 minutes to get that. I'll go over there and show you the old fat boys wore out, but that's how long it took. It took 8 minutes to get that log up, which if you think about it, really isn't all that bad. Here's what I'm dealing with. Maybe the camera will pick this up. Can you see this fracture? Well, that might go the whole length of the log. So if I cut, I want 10 inch wide boards. So between here and here is 10 inches. So hopefully these usually go out of the wood. Most all the time when you get a fracture or a split or a crack, it always wants to go out of the wood. The saw blade always wants to go out. And the reason being, it's a lot easier for this to go that way because there's no resistance. If it goes that way, there's resistance. So most of these hopefully will run out that way. So that's where I'm at. This little bit of nonsense isn't going to make any difference, but I'm shooting for 10 inches. So I'll cut this till I got a little bit of face. Then I might show you a different way I've been sawing lately with putting that level on there, and I might saw this one out that way because this is pretty heavy. This is poplar. Can you see how tight the grains are on this thing? I don't know if they're really showing up. Like down here, I don't know how close I can get. There's probably 10 years in that little section right there. This is the tightest grain poplar I've ever seen. So let me go over and set it down. I'm going to take maybe one slab. I need a 10-inch face, so that's what I'm shooting for. So I'll probably cut into it. Until I get a clean 10-inch face. I can have a little bit of, I guess they call that wane or something on there. I don't know. Bark is what I call it. Bark is bark. Anyhow, I'll take a slab and see where I go from there. Got to put you back over in the noisy seats. So, oh, I got to move this board here out of the way. I guess I forgot about that. Oh heck, there's no place to even put it. I haven't moved this other stuff. Well, I'll take a cut because we're that close. That's a nice 2x10 there. Really, you can't buy stuff like that in the store. You really can't. That is a nice tight. And the thing, a lot of people build their buildings out of pine, white pine or a different kind of pine. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's good wood. It's probably a little bit bug resistant for some reason because of the chemicals in it. But around here we got those boring bumblebees that, I'll tell you what, if you could teach them to drill where you want them to drill, they drill perfect 3/8 holes. Say put a hole here so I can put a bolt through or something like that, but they don't seem to learn very well. But anyhow, this poplar will get hard as a rock and they won't bore into it. They might while it's still a little bit wet. So put your ears again. I'm gonna take maybe one slice off of this. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take it till I get a 10-inch face, or 8. I might go till I get an 8-inch face and pull one more board for the rooster wood. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet. Remember, I needed at least 10 inches between that first line, or the crack, and that first line. While I'm sitting at about 10 and a half, but you got to still remember that you got the width of the blade. So I'm not going to, I don't want to lose a chance of getting a log, so I'm gonna leave it there. But what I've been doing, that's going to be another movie. I'm gonna turn this movie off and start on another movie showing this up and sawing just a little bit different way that I did, because I'm trying to stay out of dirt, and it's turning out to be easier. So kind of a new saw method on this, so I'm not killing myself on flipping them. So I'm going to stop this one. It's going to start right back up. It's just that I don't want to make this thing's at 14 minutes. Well, I'll give it a try. 14 minutes, that ain't too bad. Let me zip you out. What I'm shooting for is I'm going to turn this face up, put the level on it like you've seen in the others, because when you're trying to turn this down here, let me go over there and try to explain it. right now this log is out of balance, okay? It wants to flip this down this way. Well, I want it to roll that way and bring this side up and cut 10 inches, but the problem is when I'm down halfway, okay, now it's balanced again. Now it's balanced again. I gotta bring it up. I don't want to do that. Let me put a chop in here. Now alright, now it's balanced this way. Now when I want to turn this face up against the side here, okay, you're going to be moving all this weight up, which wants to come this way. So what I've done to try to stay out of mud, this one doesn't have too much mud into it, was to put the level on here so I know I'm 90 degrees here to 90 degrees here to the blade. So I think I'm going to do that. I've already got the taper out because it's a tapered log, so you're set there. So this might just be a easier way to manage a heavy log. So that's kind of what I'm hoping on. So let me dog it, bring it in so it's got to go against all the head blocks. Get my level. I can see it's past level now. Went too far. Too far. Kind of hard to get it there. Yeah. That's pretty daggone close. Of course, when I let this off, it might go different. Alright, where are we at here? We're level now, but I gotta get rid of the slab wood, gotta get rid of those boards, because you can't clog up down, you can't feed it logs. Anyhow, is what that does is this is level or 90 degrees to this cut, to the blade cut, and that'll stop all that weight there from having to get turned up on the next turn. The taper is already out because the log is, you know, it's tapered. And it's tapered on, you know, the top side, then it's tapered on two cuts. So you have to run the log taper on two cuts when you're, well, not all the time, but on a nice straight log that just grows bigger at the bottom than the top, then you got to use two tapers. Anyhow, I'm going to get rid of this. I got to bring the Bobcat up. It was rain last night, so I got to hoof it all the way down there. Get the Bobcat, bring it up here, take these boards here all the way up and put them in Joe's pile. I got to cut this slab up, so I got a lot to do, and then I'll be back when I get all that done. So over and out for now.